Another school shooting, this time in Minnesota. Our children are being left vulnerable, sitting ducks in a place that is supposed to be a safe haven. For decades, a federal law has tied the hands of schools trying to protect kids, the Gun Free Schools Act of 1990. Today, we are diving into this law, why it is failing our students, and how Representative Thomas Massie's Safe Student Act aims to fix it. Hey everyone, I'm Julie Barrett, founder of Conservative Ladies of America, and it's with a sad heart today that I share our bill of the day. Another evil, senseless mass school shooting that has killed 2 children and injured 17 others and has forever impacted the lives of these children, all of these children at the school and their families, not to mention the staff and the surrounding community. After events like this, we hear both sides calling for change, often for policy change. We need to make sure that this never happens again. And while I agree with that, we need to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I don't always think that new policies are the answer, specifically more gun control, which is usually the first thing that the left goes to, and even some people on the right. It is my thinking that we do need to repeal some policies that have made our schools and our communities less safe for children and citizens. And that's what Representative Thomas Massie's Safe Student Act seeks to do. Passed in 1990, the Gun Free Schools Act was introduced with good intentions to keep guns away from schools and to protect students. Signed into law by President George H.W. Bush, it makes it a federal crime to knowingly possess a firearm within 100 feet of a public, private, or parochial school's grounds. While it may sound good and intentions were likely good at the time, there's a catch, and it's not as straightforward as it seems. The act includes exceptions like for law enforcement concealed carry permit holders under certain conditions or school-approved activities. It doesn't outright mandate that everything be a gun-free zone. State and local school boards can set up their own policies and practices around firearms on school grounds, but what has happened is they have been reluctant to do so in concerns of not being in compliance with federal law. Many schools have then defaulted to being gun-free zones to avoid legal risks altogether. Of course, this has left them with minimal defenses. And let's be honest, many politicians and community leaders across the country are more than happy to make many spaces beyond schools gun-free zones. This law, which was meant to protect our students, has instead turned our schools into soft targets. Since 1990, we've seen the results of these soft targets. Schools are often stripped of robust security measures, making them magnets for those who are intent on harm. The Minnesota tragedy is the latest in a long list, from Columbine, Sandy Hook, Parkland, Uvalde, each one a stark reminder that gun-free doesn't mean safe. Data shows that school shootings have risen substantially since the 1990s. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, over 1,000 school-related violent incidents involving firearms have occurred in the last 2 decades. The Gun-Free School Zones Act doesn't stop criminals who, by definition, don't follow laws. Instead, it limits the ability of schools to arm trained staff or security, leaving students and teachers indefensible. In Minnesota, like too many places, kids and teachers were sitting ducks, relying on locked doors to keep them safe. Some states have pushed back, allowing for armed school resource officers or even allowing for teachers to be armed. But the federal law complicates things. Schools fear federal prosecution or confusion over compliance, so they stick to the status quo: no guns, no defense. The result are kids are left vulnerable, and many citizens are wondering why we are relying on a 35-year-old law that clearly is not working. And that's where Representative Thomas Massie's Safe Students Act, H.R. 5066, comes in. This bill takes a bold step. It would repeal the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990 entirely. No more federal restrictions tying the hands of local communities. H.R. 5066 doesn't mandate what local school boards have to do. Rather, it gives the school boards and the states the freedom to decide what is best for their community and their students. With HR 5066, schools could implement armed security, allow staff to carry or explore other safety measures without worrying about federal overreach. This is about local control, letting the communities make the best decision for their schools. Thomas Massie argues that the current law makes schools soft targets, and he's absolutely right. Repealing the Gun-Free School Zones Act of 1990 could empower schools to prioritize safety over bureaucracy. HR 5066 isn't about forcing guns into schools. It's giving the local communities the options of what they want to do so that they can best protect their students and their community. I will have a link to HR 5066 in the description of this video. Please go check it out for yourself. It is short and sweet. Please do share this video so that other people are aware of this great legislation and can reach out to their representatives. I've got a link below for you to also look up your representatives, send them a quick email, ask them to support HR 5066. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.